In this video, I'm going to talk about the chakras and how they relate to the signs of the zodiac. And then we're also going to look at the best usage of the energies of the chakras by looking at the moolatrikona positions of the planets and their exaltation and debilitation points. All right, welcome back everybody. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and hopefully if you like what you see, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, maybe even give me a thumbs up. If you like it, thumbs down. If you don't, that's the rules. Or just don't watch it. Yeah, I guess you got this far. Anyhow, so today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the chakras and how they relate to astrology. And if you're wondering how this influences your chart, you can always go and on my website, danceofthecosmos.com, request a reading or even request astrological tutoring. So now with that being said, let's go ahead and look at just real quick. Let's look at this right here. This is just, the 7 chakras. That's what we're working with here. We're talking about the Muladhara, the root chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra, the chakra of creation, Manipura chakra, which is like the chakra of our energy, the heart chakra, the Anahat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, which is it's like a chakra of discernment. It's a chakra of our voice, speaking our knowledge and everything. And then we have our Agnya chakra, which is our third eye chakra, which is basically kind of like who we are, what we're trying to achieve in this world, and what it is that makes us us. And aligning with that, aligning with our purpose of what we want to achieve in this world and who we are, and connecting. And then finally, there's the Sahasrara chakra, which is like the crown chakra, which is the ultimate connection with the divine. Now, the reason why I wanted to show this is because basically what we're really working with here in life is we are working with the 6 lower chakras, because the 7th chakra is considered that chakra of divine connection. Whereas with astrology, we're looking at what's happening in the real world. So now that we have 6 chakras, it's easily related to 12 rashis. And we can see that here we have, and real quick, the color coding, pay no heed to the color coding here for these, to these rashis. All I did was just chose, so I chose the first color to be red, Muladhara chakra, and just so it stands out, I made the next color the complementary color, green. So then I chose blue, which is a primary color, and then chose the opposite color of blue, which is orange, and then I chose the next primary color, yellow, and then etc., etc. So don't pay any attention. The only reason why I did this is so you can see the relationship of the sides of the chakras, because each chakra is thought to have a negative and a positive side. And there's also, you could say that there's a upward rising chakra flow, and you could say that there's a downward, like a liberating, what it says here, like a liberating flow and like a manifesting flow of the chakras. And so we can look at that in these rashis, and we can see that. Because what you'll see is there's a masculine and a feminine sign ruled by each planet, with the exception being the sun and moon, which the sun just rules one masculine sign and the moon just rules one masculine sign, or one feminine sign, excuse me. And then sun is the planet of masculinity and moon is the planet of femininity. So they rule one apiece. And so that's how we get the nice split. All the other planets have a masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine sign each. So now, so what you could see is here is if you want to look at if you want to think about the flow of energy, like I was talking about, like the rising, manifesting flow of energy, you can look at it like this. You can look at it from one half of the zodiac to the other, and you can look at it from coming down from Leo, like our ideas, and taking action on them and making them happen through the process of signs that go right here to Capricorn. And then Muladhara chakra, you could look at Aquarius here as okay, I'm becoming comfortable in myself and now I'm taking action so I can find liberation by going towards Cancer. That's one way. You can also look at these as going from one masculine sign to the other, to the next masculine sign, and which would be like going from Aquarius to Sagittarius to Aries to Libra to Gemini and finally to Leo. Like that's like the flow of the masculine energy through our chakras. Because there's kind of two ways to look at it, and that's kind of shown here by the twin. So what you have here is you have the Ida and the Pingala, right? So those are like the masculine and the feminine flows of energy, and where these two lines intersect is actually where the chakras are supposed to be located at. These two main nadis that circle the Sushumna nadi, which is like the subtle spine channel. So anyhow, that's chakra theory for you. Now, let's look at the zodiac, and whoops, let's go back here. Let's look at the zodiac here. And let's say why is it that we would say that the Muladhara chakra is in Capricorn? Well, simply put enough. By using the tropical zodiac, what you see is that in Capricorn, Capricorn represents where the sun is at its lowest in its apparent motion through the sky. The sun is in its most southern course. And then when the sun comes into 0 degrees of Cancer, that is the sun turning into its more, is at its most northern course. So if you think of the sun at its most southern point in the zodiac, that is the Muladhara chakra, the lowest place, and Cancer representing the highest point of the zodiac. So it's almost like the sun is moving up and it's moving down, just like our energy moves up and down through our chakras and through our body, up along our spine, the same way. That's how we're looking at the movement of the sun through, and all the planets, through the zodiac. And that's why we would say that's Capricorn would be related to the Muladhara chakra. So that's very simple. And now and I'm assuming that you have some knowledge of chakras here, because otherwise this video is going to get excruciatingly long, and I'm honestly trying to clean it up and keep it as short as possible. Because what I wanted to show is what's really interesting here is when we're looking at these planets, if we take a look from the moolatrikona sign, where the planets, which is where they are deriving their energy from, and we look at their exaltation sign, and taking a look at where that sign is from where the planet is deriving its energy from, and we draw a line to it, that what that's kind of telling us is it's like, okay, so the energy derives from here and works best when it's used here. So when we use this energy that's derived from this chakra and this aspect of this chakra, and we take it to this other aspect of a chakra, that's the best way that we can use this energy in our life. And so this is something we can learn, and you can look at a chart and you can see where your planets are placed, and you can, if you have an idea of what areas of life are holding you back, especially in relation to these chakras, you can start to draw some correlations, you know. So anyway, so let's get right into this. So let's start with the sun, because the sun is the first planet. And so the sun is moolatrikona, is in Leo. So Leo is the Agnya chakra, right? So, and that's the masculine half of the Agnya chakra, which is about acting upon and managing the kingdom of our lives, of what it is that we feel inherently by our nature that it is that we want to do. So so just wanting to manage that and take activity in that. So where's the best place for us to go with that energy of the sun, of wanting to manifest that which it is that we are? Well, that is into the masculine portion of the Manipura chakra, which the Manipura chakra is our solar plexus chakra. It's about our energy of moving forward and believing in ourselves and our will and everything, and the activity that we take. And that's exactly what Aries represents as well. So those are both fire signs, right? So it's about who we are and taking action on it. And that's the best usage of what the sun is bringing, of the Agnya chakra, is the best energy of the masculine half of the Agnya chakra, which Leo is representative of, is going into Aries, of taking action and initiation. Now let's go ahead and look at the next planet, which would be the moon. Now the moon is very interesting because the moon rules Cancer, right? but the moon derives its energy from Taurus. And what is Taurus? Taurus is the feminine half of the Anahat chakra, or the feminine half of the heart chakra. So this is about being receptive to the love in our life. So this really shows that the moon is a planet of love. And we see that the moon also, where is it best? And you'll see that there's no arrow anywhere from the moon, right? There's no line and arrow. Why? Because the moon's exaltation sign is the same as its moolatrikona sign. So where it derives its energy from is the same as, it's the best place for it to take activity in. And so what this tells us is that for the moon, and what the moon wants, which is to adapt in life, which is what Cancer represents, you know, the Agnya chakra, you know, to adapt to who we are and be receptive to who we are, and to do, you know, just to be who we are and to feel love. To feel love is what the moon really wants, because that's what the feminine half of the chakra, of the Anahat chakra, is all about, is feeling loved and feeling supported, and loving others and nurturing others and supporting others. And we see that that's the best way to use the Anahat chakra, the feminine half of the chart of the, the feminine half of the Anahat chakra, is to stay in the feminine half of the Anahat chakra, to provide for others, to nurture, to find more love. It's always about finding more love, and that's what the moon always wants, is to find more love, new things to attach to, new experiences to have, new, because every moment is now and it's brand new, and there's always more love to be found, and that's what we can see through this. So now the third planet in the natural order of the planets is Mars. So where do we see that Mars? Mars here is this black dot. Mars, his moolatrikona energy is in this masculine half of the Manipura chakra, which that is, like I said earlier with the sun, it's that ability to go and to take charge and to have effort and initiative and to utilize our will. And so where is that will best expressed? That will is best expressed when it's going from towards the Muladhara chakra and the feminine half of the Muladhara chakra, which is to become more secure in this world, to do the thing that's most logical, to provide a base survival, to be able to establish ourselves better in the world. And that's the best way to use the Manipura chakra energy of Mars. Now, the next planet in the natural order of the zodiac is Mercury. Now, Mercury, just like the moon, Mercury is actually said to be the child of the moon, and Mercury is his moolatrikona, where he derives his energy, is in Virgo, and his exaltation place, the best place to use that energy, is in Virgo. So what is the Vishuddha chakra? Well, this is related to the space element, and the space element is all about judging the distances between things, the depth of things, the you know, seeing exactly what the options are. And the feminine half of it is being aware of this and wanting to make it better. And Virgo is a sign of purity, of refinement is the word that I always think of when I think of Virgo, is making things better. And the way that we make things better, the best way for us to judge and appreciate practically the things in our life and to see where it is I should be and what it is that I can make better, is to constantly be in that mode of refinement and to constantly be pure and to be innocent and to speak our truth, and to that's how we can use our best energy of Vishuddha chakra. And now let's go ahead and look at Jupiter. So Jupiter's moolatrikona here is in Sagittarius, which the Swadhisthana chakra is all about creating things in the world. And the male half of the Swadhisthana chakra is about actually finding purpose in life, you know, feeling secure in who we are enough, and knowing that we, knowing where it is that we want to go in life, the action that we want to take, the direction that we want to go to find more fulfillment, to establish our legacy in the world. And so where should this energy best be taken is all the way up in the feminine half of the Agnya chakra, which is about, so this purpose that we have in life of what we want to create should be that which will make us more aware of who we are and understanding of our nature, of what it is that makes us us, and appreciating that. and establishing our own kingdom. So our purpose and the things that we want to achieve in life should help us appreciate more who we are. Now, let's look at the next planet in line, which would be Venus. So Venus, his moolatrikona, is in the masculine half of the Anahat chakra, which the masculine half of the Anahat chakra is the heart chakra, of course, and that is about taking action of finding the things in life that are going to be the most fulfilling for us. Like actively finding that, weighing the opportunities, saying, well, which one is the path that's going to be the best for me, and how can I do a little bit of everything to make everything work for everybody? Well, that is best manifested with that energy of finding who we are because it takes us over here to the feminine half of the Swadhisthana chakra, which tells us that when we're making the choices of evaluating what's going to be the most fulfilling thing to us, and of finding, and working with other people, it's best with the feminine half of the Swadhisthana chakra, which is about feeling connected with the world. So it's the way that we find we evaluate the things in our life that is going to bring us the most love into our life is when we feel connected, when we feel like we are part of the world and that everything is coming together for us. And that's what the Swadhisthana chakra, the feminine half, which is the sign of Pisces. Then we come to Saturn. Saturn rules the Muladhara chakra, and Saturn's moolatrikona is in the masculine half of the Muladhara chakra, which is about, these are the actions that we are taking for our base survival. And so these actions that we're taking for our base survival are typically, and it's about the root of who we are, and those actions that we take in the core of our existence is best when it is being directed towards the heart. And it's really about what the best thing that we can do is to find a connection with someone else and to connect with other people and to provide value equally. And now when we go to look at the next thing we're going to look at here is the opposite, the place that does not help us. It's the least productive functioning of each of our chakras. And so now let's start again from the sun. So the sun, that masculine half of the Agnya chakra, you'll see that it is debilitated, where its energy is worse. So in the Agnya chakra, again, this is about us defining who we are in this world, right? And we know what it is that we want to achieve in this world, in our own kingdom, the kingdom that we want to build in this life. Well, the least efficient place to take our energy with that is to come into the heart chakra and try and work with other people. Because at this point, what the sun represents and what the masculine half of the Agnya chakra is it is us. It is our nature, who we are in this world and things we want to achieve. So if we're sitting here and we're trying to work with other people and we're trying to find love and we're trying to make this thing that we want to do, we want to bring it into a place of, well, is this working for everybody else? That is going to be the least effective way to manifest our own personal self. And then we come to the moon, and we see that the moon, and we talk about the moon always staying in the heart. So now what happens here now, the moon is the least effective way of finding love and being nurturing and everything else is when we take the energy of the feminine half, the Anahat chakra, down to the feminine side of the Manipura chakra. The feminine side of the Manipura chakra is about being protective. It's about, whereas the active half of the Manipura chakra is about dictating our activity in life, about going forward in life. Well, the Manipura chakra, the feminine half, is about being protective. And so the one thing we don't want to do with the heart energy, the feminine half of the heart energy and the love that we receive and nurture and bring and share with others, is when we're protecting it. We don't want to protect our heart and close our heart off. We want to open our heart up to others and not just be in a place where we're deep down inside, which is what Scorpio is all about. Now, when we look at the next planet, we look at Mars. Mars is that activity in life. And so that activity in life, remember, is best when it is going into our material security in life, and just basically finding survival. That energy is best when it is giving us survival, and energy is at its least effective and least efficient when that energy, we are directing it towards that active energy of using our will to just kind of be up here in the mind and be at peace with things, and trying to establish ourselves in a feminine sense of, this is who I am. It's not, the Manipura energy is about, this is what I need to accomplish in the world to make me, or this is what I need to do so that I can feel safe in the world. This is not what I need to do to utilizing my will and bringing my energy forward and really engaging the fire element is not about Cancer and the Agnya chakra and basically me being who I am and me just kind of being at peace with the way things are in this world and being at peace with who I am. It's more about me dealing with the difficult world, because you got to realize this is Mars, and Mars rules Aries, and Mars's job is to do the cruel things in this world that require our immediate attention. And so when we're just becoming at peace with that, that is where our Manipura chakra, which is very much related to Mars and Aries, and vice versa, these are all things that are related to each other. It's Cancer is the place where it's least effective. So now let's go on to Mercury. So Mercury, how we talked about, it's about judging and about refining and seeing what all the options are and how we can possibly make our life better. Well, the least effective way to use that energy of constantly refining things and engaging in life and making things constantly a better world that we can see and that we can manipulate is when we're just feeling connected, when we're just like, because basically, how can you refine anything? How can you make everything better if you're just accepting that everything is okay the way it is? It's completely incongruent with what the energy of the Vishuddha chakra is all about. Now, let's go over here to Jupiter. So now Jupiter is about the Swadhisthana chakra and the masculine half of the Swadhisthana chakra, which is about finding our purpose and direction in life. Well, our purpose and direction in life is least effective when all we're thinking about is our material security and trying to feel safe in the world. So if we're trying to find direction in our life, it's supposed to be direction that helps us define more who we are and be at peace with our vision in life, and for it to be in line with who we are, make us feel happier with who we are. It's not supposed to be about, my purpose in life is to stay alive. That's a very limiting way to create growth if all you're worried about is protection. And then we come to Venus, which Venus is that active half of the heart chakra, the Anahat chakra, which is all about evaluating to find what's going to bring the most love to us, and evaluating what's going to bring the most love to us and engaging with other people and equally and finding a fair share so everybody's happy is least effective when we're in that feminine half of the Vishuddha chakra, which is all about how can I make this better, right? Because if you want to find and evaluate love, finding and evaluating what love is least effective when we're just sitting there picking it apart and nitpicking it and seeing how we can make it better. And like, we're supposed to love and appreciate the people that are in our lives for who they are and what they're like, and not trying to constantly make them better. We're supposed to make things in our life better. We're supposed to make our lives better. We're not supposed to try and dictate the love, which is what we get from other people, by saying, yeah, you know what, I think if you did this, I think we could find more love if you did this. I think we could find more love maybe if you just changed that. If you just changed that, that's nitpicking, and that's kind of the worst way to find love in our lives, right? And so now, then we come to Saturn. And Saturn derives his energy, like we said before, from the Muladhara chakra, which is, and the active half of the Muladhara chakra. So the best way to go about creating security in our life, remember, was about for finding love in our heart. We don't want to create security in our life for just for the sake of action of ourselves. And this is what Saturn is always trying to teach us. What's the main lesson that Saturn wants us to learn in life is that we have to work for a greater cause than just ourselves. And if we're looking to just find security and and stuff in our life, and just to be okay in this world and to make it through this world, through the struggles and all of that, then what we should be doing is working to make it better for other people, not working to make it better for ourselves and more for what our own energy and goals are that we want to establish. It's about working with other people, and that's the nature of Saturn, that's the nature of Aquarius, and that's the nature of the Muladhara chakra, is to open ourselves up to more people and not to close ourselves down to just going for selfish needs. So anyhow, this is my little exploration of the relationship of the chakras with the signs of the zodiac and the planets and their moolatrikona energy. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel here. And then also, if you're interested, you can request a reading. Go on to danceofthecosmos.com. And thank you for taking the time. And namaste.